Hi, welcome to the Gamesplainer. I'm Jeff the Gamesplainer, and today I'm gamesplaining the Legendary War. So if you've watched the rules Gamesplanation, you'll have an idea of how this game runs. If you've played a deck builder before, you'll probably have a fairly good grasp on how the game runs. So I've set up for a two-player game. Normally we'd be sitting on the opposite side of the table, but because I'm playing both players, I've just, for ease, put them on the same side. Player one has drawn this card, which is of the mace wielding variety. He's a strength 5, and your opponent's going to need to use a mace to kill him on that final health point. Player 2 is a swordsman. He's only strength 4. He gets 4 fate tokens instead of 3, so I've gone ahead and given him the 4. Both players are starting with their 8 hit points, as shown by those D8. And there's our cards that are available to start with. So just running along them so you get a feel for these cards. The potion, obviously, which is always available. The bow and arrow going to cost 2 money to purchase, but when it comes through your hand, you'll get an extra money and an extra attack. This bow and arrow, 1 money to purchase. Both of these will have bring out an extra card if they happen to be of the bow and arrow or archer variety faction types, but neither of mine are. We're looking at mace wielders and swordsmen, so we'll ignore that. When this one comes through your hand, you'll be able to just add a gold card. These are the gold cards to your hand and use that straight away. Here's one of the mace wielders. So all the mace wielders will come out with 1 extra attack. When this one comes through, you're allowed to take one of the random cards from your opponent's deck and throw it to their discard pile. This bow and arrow will add 2 attack or 2 strength to your attack. And you can also trash one of the cards from your hand to draw a new one from the deck. And then finally, the spear, when it comes through your hand, you'll be able to draw a 6th card, and it's worth 3 attack as well. Assuming with these ones that have attack, you need to have both a weapon and a military or infantry, should I say, an infantry card coming through your hand. So let's start. Normally you would deal these into your hand and just hold them in your hand. But for ease of playing one-handed, of course, holding a camera with the other hand, I'll just deal them out onto the table as such. So I can't use any of those infantry yet because I have 0 weapons to attack with. I've got 2 money. Now I've got the choice of throwing all 5 of them in and dealing myself another 5 cards with the hopes of getting more money, knowing that there's still 3 money and 3 infantry in that deck. But I can probably use the 2 to pretty good advantage by grabbing that one right off the bat. Okay, all 5 of those cards, well now 6 cards because of the one I just purchased, go to my discard pile, and player 2 will then deal himself 5 cards. Okay, once again, he's actually dealt out the same hand. We should have replaced the divots. There's another thing that's going to cost 2, and he might actually grab that with his 2 money, so he'll use that to grab one of them, and they all go to the discard pile. Back to player 1. You can see, if you know what you're doing, this will play relatively quickly. If you're stopping and thinking, it won't play so super fast, but you know what, that's the same with pretty much every game you ever come across. Okay, so I've got 3 money to spend. He might grab the spear. There's value in these cards that add 1. I'm not sure if there is actually value in this particular card, and actually no, that's a bad idea. He's going to grab this one. Of course, that will add gold without him really trying and having to purchase it. He'll just get them straight into your hand and have 2 extra buying power with that. So that's with 1. Look, he'll buy that one with the other one. Personally, I find that this card is a waste of time because if this comes out as one of the 5, it's telling me to grab another one. If this one didn't exist, the one that I grabbed with that would be in the 5 anyway. So I don't know what you want to do with that. Anyway, let's keep moving and see how that plays through. So he's managed to come out with 3 money as well. For his 3 money, he might get this mace, which will give him an extra money and 2 extra attack. Okay, and replace that card. Okay. Now I've run out of cards, so I take this deck, shuffle it, and create a new draw pile with that to keep going. So first up, that one allows me to add a gold. So I've got a buying power of 4 now. This one allows me to add 1 more card, which I'll do. So buying power of 4. I think he's going to get the spear, because that will give him another card plus 3 onto his attack. They all go up into the discard pile as well. And once again, he's run out of his draw deck, so he's going to deal another 5 cards. So he shuffles up and then deals himself the other 4 cards. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, he doesn't have anything that can attack, so all 4 of these cards are a waste of time in this particular deck. And there's nothing, let's give myself another card out here, that can be purchased for 1. So that's a waste of time. So what he's going to do is use one of his fate tokens to discard all 5 of those and deal another 5 cards. Okay, so what do we have? We've got a 3 buying power and 4 attack power. So with 3 money, oh look, he'll grab that. I don't really use these cards whenever I've played it. I don't like this type of play, but let's just throw it in and see how that plays through when it comes back into the deck. I only had 4 attack power. I would need a 5 minimum to be able to actually make that attack, so I couldn't attack right then. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I've got 4 buying power, and he will purchase this one. And he's only got 2 attack power, which isn't high enough. He needs to get minimum of a 4 to attack the other player. So he's only got 3, which means he's going to need to now reshuffle his draw deck, reshuffle his discard pile, and create a new draw deck and take the other 2 cards. So he's got a purchasing power of 3. He can get a sword, which will allow him to get extra cards, and that's about all he can afford, or he could take gold, but he's going to grab the sword and throw that to his discard pile. And now I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 attacking ability, so I can attack. He's got a 5 strength, which means it's even, so the attacker, player 2, will roll the dice first. He rolls 6. Defender rolls a 1. Player 2 has won that battle, so he goes down to number 7 and takes the first wound of the game. Okay, I think you get a feel for how this game flows. I'm going to leave it there. If you have any comments or suggestions, please write them below. If you've got any games that you wish to be Gamesplayed, please shoot me an email at thegamesplainer@gmail.com. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at thegamesplainer to see what games I've been playing. Check out my blog, thegamesplainer.wordpress.com, to read about my adventures in gaming each week. Subscribe to my videos to keep up to date with the games that I'm gamesplaining. And until next time, enjoy gaming.